Looking live at the Chaska Community Center, Bantam B1 hockey after dark on a Saturday night. In District 6 action will be the home Chaska Chanhassen Gold Stormhawks wearing their home gold and purple jerseys, taking on the visiting New Prague Trojans in their road black and maroon jerseys. These two teams faced off December 1st in New Prague, and Chaska Chanhassen took a 3-0 lead and then stopped scoring from there on and allowed New Prague back into the game, and they tied 3-3. And what some of the Chaska Chanhassen followers have deemed the worst game of the year. I think it was either that one or the Prior Lake game. Those two games were grade A stinkers. Stormhawks entering this game 5-6-2 in District 6 action. They are in 7th place, 1 point behind Eden Prairie. The Stormhawks have 3 games remaining in D6 play. Eden Prairie has 2, so the Chaska Chanhassen controls their own destiny. Really, the best they can hope for is to move up into 5th. Currently, Minnetonka is in 5th with 26 points. But they also have 3 games remaining, so that's probably 6 is the most hopeful option for Chaska Chanhassen, but they need wins. And they face off against 3 of the lower seeded teams in District 6. New Prague, last place in the league, with an 0-11-1 record. That one tie, of course, against the Stormhawks. And then they also take on tomorrow at Shakopee. They're a team that defeated the Stormhawks 6-3 last week. We head to Shakopee tomorrow at 2:45. And then next Saturday, we finish the season with a matinee against Waconia at 11 a.m. And Waconia is currently tied for 9th place out of 11 teams. They're tied with Chaska Chanhassen Purple for second to last place. Chaska Chanhassen playing with a full lineup in, I believe it's the first time since November, since the tournament in Blaine, when Matthew Tyler went out with the broken leg. I think this is the first time we've had a full lineup since then. Broken ankle, broken leg. I think it was maybe a little bit of both. And our last game against Shakopee, Matthew Tyler was back, but they were without Dawson Perry as he was in Mexico for a wedding. Starting lineup for the Stormhawks, it'll be Nathan Brandt in net. Your defensemen, Drew Lindell and Quinn Johnson. Left wing, Dylan Olson. Center, Ryan Spalding. And right wing, Sean Hokanen. The lines continue to shuffle as we enter the tail end of the season. Face-off won by the Stormhawks. Hokanen to Olson, then back to Hokanen. He kind of fumbled it, gained it, but then lost it again. Now it's Spalding in the neutral zone. Cycling around the circle. He'll drop it to Lindell. Lindell gives to Hokanen. Hokanen one touch inadvertently, but right to the stick of Olson. Now Spalding down the right side. He's taken down, goes in hard in the corner, and no call coming. Good back pressure by Olson, creating a turnover to Lindell. He'll flip it high in the air. Bouncing puck at the red line. It'll be taken by the Trojans, dumped in off the stick of Johnson. Johnson will throw it off the wall to Hokanen. He touches it, but it's kept in by the Trojans. 1 forechecker as the rest of the Trojans go for a change. Now Olson across to Spalding. Spalding across the red line. He'll dump it in and change. That puck will go on net. Olson will dig it out as he waits for teammates to go for a change as we wait for our late arriving fans to get out of the way. It'll be Kurt to help dig it out. Tyler holding the line. He'll step forward, still pushing forward. Now Kurt trying to push it forward. It kept in. Now it's off of the skate of Tyler and he dumps it in. Up the wall, I can't see it. Tyler holds the wall, keeping it in. Kurt tries to tip it around a defenseman. Has his stick taken away. Asinoff creating a chance. There's a loose puck bouncing. There's a long shot tipped in front. Kurt has a chance for a sharp angle. His shot saved by the netminder, and as he dove for it, He knocked the net off, and we'll have a face-off to the right or to the left of the New Prague goaltender. It was a good example of just getting pucks to the front of the net. Good things can happen. And I think it was tipped on its way and then had Kurt on the right side. Here's a face-off 1-2. Tyler has a shot get blocked on its way. Now it's tipped up to the line and kept in briefly by Tyler and then thrown out. Bigelbach to Tyler, then back down into Stormhawk territory. It'll be Bigelbach to chase down. Bigelbach around Brandt. Gets around one. Then he stood up there at the top of the circle but got the puck out. New Prague, certainly one of the more physical teams. And in our last meeting, one of the cheaper teams for sure. There's a mishandled pass by Perry in his own zone. He'll chase it down. He'll rim it around for Bigelbach. Bigelbach will go back again and out of the reach of Perry. And those couple of those hits there have maybe thrown a little bit of fear into the Stormhawks as they're going for the puck. Kurt tries to get it out. It's flipped out but kept in. Long shot goes high over the net and comes up the near side. A sloppy play to start here, and it comes out to neutral ice. Long cross ice pass going to find its way all the way down to Bigelbach. He'll make a long stretch pass to Kurt out of his reach, and it's an icing. Good idea there by Bigelbach to find Kurt on the far side on the blue line, but pass sailed on him a little bit and goes for icing. It'll be Oscar Weisenen take the faceoff. It is won by the Trojans. They'll throw it down deep. Lund will tip it into the near corner. He throws a check but gets a worse for it. Puck comes up to the point. Long shot. Typed in front, and then a shot maybe off the side of the net. Maybe saved by Brandt. Couldn't tell by my angle. Here's Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka up the left side, coming off a hat trick in the 6-3 loss to Chaska. Pass across, and it's off a skate. Hrotmatka stepped around a defenseman. There's a shot right on. Not much on it. Now Weisenen. Yeah, so Hrotmatka had a hat trick in the 6-3 loss against Shakopee. And he leads the team with, I can't see it, I think it's 24 goals on the season. New Prague shot stopped by Weisenen up high, then thrown down by Hrotmatka. Now over the stick of Palmquist, it comes to Lindell. Lindell will regroup behind Brandt. Lindell, and intercepted pass. He tried to find Palmquist, and that was read nicely by the New Prague defender. Now it's thrown all the way down for an icing as the Stormhawks needed a change, and they'll get it with 11:13 to go in the opening period. We are scoreless. Face-off won by the Trojans. They skate it near the point and then throw it in deep. Now behind Brandt. Johnson will chase down there, creating a turnover to Spalding. He tried to backhand it out. Eventually finds his way to Olsen, and Olsen made a backwards pass instead of trying to move it forward. And now you don't see the play on the half wall. It will be Lindell. Lindell escapes, but he's turned off immediately. Gives to Hokkinen, and he can't handle the pass. Hokkinen finds the puck eventually, gets to Spalding. I think that was offsides, but the official had his back turned. Now Spalding down deep. Spalding, he's hit in hard in the wall. No call coming. And it's Johnson looking to pinch, and that was a dangerous pinch resulting in a 2-on-1 rush. Here comes New Prague. Cuts to the middle. Pass across, saved by Brandt. First good chance of the game coming for the Trojans, and it came off one of those high-risk, not a lot of reward pinches by a defenseman by the Stormhawks. It'll be flipped out by Olsen. And right now the momentum is on the Trojan side. They're getting the more possession. There's a dumped-in pass going to come right on Brandt. He's going to get a glove on it and a face-off. .10:05 to go. We are 0-0. Shots right now are 1-0 on the board, but that's not correct. Face-off won by Kurt. It'll be Tyler first on it. Tyler will ring it around, and it comes out, and it'll be Perry to chase up. Perry, nice rush up the ice by Perry. Throws it in front to Kurt. Backhands it. Stop once. Kurt. Oh, he flips it over the net. He had an open net, and he had it just flipped up on his blade of his stick, and he hit a wide open, went over the crossbar. Kept in for a moment by Tyler, thrown out. Bigelbach tips it away nicely, right onto the stick of Perry. Perry across the red line, mishandled it, and too many men on the ice there for a moment, but nope. Looks like they got the change in good timing. There's a little bit of a flyby by the forecheckers, and that will allow New Prague to come out. Stormhawks not stopping on pucks right now. They're flying by. There's a rolling puck. Shot, saved by Brandt. That was a bad play by the Stormhawks. Pass out in front. Ooh, big save by Brandt. Now a shot tipped in front. Rebound stopped by Brandt. Now Kurt will pick it up. Throw it off the wall and out. Tense moments there by the Stormhawks. Oh, New Prague, they could have got Chaska Chanhassen on a change. They didn't notice it in time. They'll skate it up the right side. Throw it off the end wall. Off the stick of Perry off the half wall. Now comes to Girding. Girding cuts to the middle, gives to Perry. Perry tried to feed it to Wiesen. It's behind him. Hrotmatka will stop and gather it and neutralize. Toe drag around and then backhand it in softly. Clearing pass will find its way to Lund. He'll regroup in his own zone. Reverse course to Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka up the left side. Hrotmatka trying to get around the edge. Cutting into the middle. He's taken down. Loose puck in the crease. And no call coming. Arms stay down for the officials. Hrotmatka went in hard there. I think it's a good no call. I don't think he was just barely on his edges there, and that's why he went down. New Prague with the win, but kept in by Hrotmatka. Now it's Wiesen in, tried to touch it over to Palmquist, I believe, on this line. Yes, Palmquist. Now Palmquist trying to dig it out. He backhands it to the right circle. Now off the skate of Hrotmatka, it bounces to the slot, and then it's eventually skated out by the Trojans. Cross center ice into Stormhawk territory. It goes down on his own. No penalty coming, picked up by Lund. Lund is cut off as he tries to get out. Dangerous there as it could have slid to a New Prague player. Now Hrotmatka up the left side. Drops for Palmquist. Palmquist cuts to the middle. His shot doesn't get much on it, and it's off a New Prague stick. Palmquist off the wall to Hrotmatka. Try to find it back to Palmquist. Backhanded to the line, but kept in nicely by Lindell. As two players go for a change. Good forecheck there by Spalding to slow up the rush. Now up the wall. Johnson says, I'm not going to pinch this time. I learned my lesson. And now he gathers the puck at center ice. Gives right it up to Spalding. Spalding mishandled a little bit there. And now it'll be flipped out for Johnson. Johnson saw Hokkinen coming. Now here's the loose puck for Olsen. Olsen one-on-one. Olsen cuts to the left. Pass across off the skate. It was the right play. He had Hokkinen streaking to the net, and it just hit the skate of the defender for New Prague. There's a puck in front that's off the New Prague stick, and they will skate up with it. Off a New Prague player, down into the corner. Johnson up the wall. There could have been an interference call there. Nothing called. It's going to come to Hokkinen. Hokkinen 1-on-3. Hokkinen cuts to the middle. Oh, he's just taken off the puck briefly there. Just a little, like a hip check kind of took him off the play. There's a good forecheck there by Olsen, creating a turnover. Kurt able to get just a piece of his stick on it to keep it in. And eventually it's thrown out. Kurt Olsen throwing a big check behind the play. No call coming. That's surprising. Now Girding leaves it for Kurt off the stick of Perry. Now stopped in front by Bigelbach. Bigelbach will flip it up. High stick. Touched by New Prague, and will bring the puck all the way down for a faceoff with 5:48 to go in the opening period. It's 0-0. Again, Chaska Chanhassen, this is a must-win game if they hope to move up in the standings and get into the top six. Kurt will get a stick on it. Now Perry. Perry up to Azanoff. Azanoff steps around a check. Gives to Bigelbach. Long shot. Bouncing in front. Kurt with it. Then Perry. Perry whacks at it. Slides in on net. And it's whistled. Long shot by Bigelbach. Kurt had to jump out of the way, and I think he got a piece of it, and it found its way to Dawson Perry, who I think he may have got the puck on net. Not much wood on it. This face-off one back to Bigelbach. Now down to Perry out in front. Kurt tried to redirect, and couldn't get much on that either. Again, Stormhawks needing to move up. They can get in the top 6. They'll play only one single elimination game in the start of District 6 playoffs. Otherwise, if you're outside the top 6, you'll have to play a minimum of, you'll have to play, 2 before you enter the double elimination portion of the tournament. Top 4, they don't have to play any single elim games, and that doesn't appear like it'll be an option for the Stormhawks. Stormhawks can't quite get it out of the zone. They had a chance there. Now Perry throwing a check. Can't find the puck in his skates. Will be flipped up by Tyler, but kept in by the Trojans. Shot blocked up high by Asanov. Now another shot going wide, and behind it'll be Perry first on it. Perry tried to give it up to Kurt off a stick. And now there's a chance for New Prague. Kurt gets it out, and it gets to Asanov. Asanov up the right side, and he avoids a check, goes for a change as he dumps it in. Now Perry chasing down. They go in hard on the near wall. Almost bounces to Lund. Instead it slides out to New Prague. They skate up. Long shot blocked by Girding, and then it's in the skates of Perry. He'll find it eventually. Reverse course to eventually Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka will have to go the other way. There's a dangerous, almost checking from behind. Now Lund across to Perry. Perry will flip it up, but not out as Weisenen was cut off. Now a bouncing shot tipped in front, and then the rebound stopped by Brandt as a shot came from behind the net. 3:53 to go. We're scoreless. Chaska Chanhassen in 7th place, 1 point behind 6th place. And they are playing the 11th place Trojans, and then they'll play 8th place Shakopee and 9th place Waconia. So the schedule sets up for them to make a move here in the last week of the season. There's a pass that misfires for the Trojans, comes all the way down. It won't be icing, it'll be Hrotmatka first on it. Touches it over to Palmquist. Now Palmquist back to Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka back to Palmquist. His shot from a sharp angle goes wide, and a clearing attempt will be thrown all the way down. Girding will chase it. We'll see if he beats out icing. They do not. It's icing. Chaska Chanhassen found their groove a little bit. There's a shot from off the faceoff by Palmquist. They found their groove just before the tournament up in Fargo, and had a good showing up in Fargo as well. Aside from one game, there was not great hustle there by the Stormhawks to that puck. But since coming back from the tournament, they haven't been real sharp. And there's an example of it, a pass that goes all the way down for icing. As the Stormhawks are 1-4-0 in their last 5. I'm sorry, no, make that 2-3-0 in their last 5. But they're 7-3-0 in their last 10. So clearly, more recently, they've struggled a bit. Spalding won that one nicely. It'll be Johnson on it. Johnson up the wall to Hokanen. He tried a one-touch pass to Spalding, and it's cut off by the Trojans. Johnson will rim it around for Olsen. Olsen has to wait for it. Olsen cross ice to Hokanen, and Hokanen finds it. He's got Spalding, and then he just lost the handle. I'm not sure what happened there. As he crossed the blue line, the puck just came off his stick. Now it bounces to Olsen. He lost the puck and luckily bailed out by an offsides call. .235 to go in the opening period. We are scoreless. Face-off one back to Johnson. Johnson D-to-D to Lindell and up to Hokanen, but he can't handle it. Now Spalding with a bouncing puck finds it and dumps it in for Olsen to chase down. the stick of Hokkinen, and that will negate icing. Push up the wall. Bothered by Olsen, but kept in. It'll be Spalding first on it. Gives to Olsen. They have 2-on-1 if they hurry, and Hokkinen about a step and a half in there too soon. And then a little pushing and shoving after the whistle. Something happened after the whistle, and Olsen didn't take too kindly to it. He took a slash at his ankle, and a little bit of shoving with their sticks after that, but no penalties. Now Perry off the one face-off. Perry still with it. Tried to drop it to Kurt, never found its way there. Now it's on the far side. Perry will tip it down deep. Loses the puck behind the net. It comes to Azanoff. Azanoff around to Bigelbach, and he can't get his stick on it, and it will slide to Tyler. Tyler, nice little reverse to get escape. Now Perry trying to protect. He'll throw it out under the stick of a New Prague defenseman. It'll come to Kurt. Kurt overskated, and Stormhawks just not real sharp. Long shot saved by Brandt, picked up by Bigelbach, the rebound. 73 seconds left to go. A lot of reaching for the puck, just not sharp play by Chaska Chanhassen here. Now bounces to Kurt. He's going to go 1-on-2. Kurt down the right side, gets around one defenseman. Sharp angle shot, didn't get much on it, but he'll get a whistle, so not a bad play to get a whistle and get a face-off in the offensive zone with 56.8 to go in the period. Get a goal here, take a little momentum into the second. Seen that a little too much this year, in my opinion. Stormhawks basically win the face-off, but the wingers lose the race to it. Here's a chance for Hrotmatka in alone. Hrotmatka across. Oh, what a save! Weisenen set up nicely by Hrotmatka, but the goaltender gets his big left pad across and makes a save. Hrotmatka showing unselfishness to feed Oscar Weisenen on the far side, but a nice stretch leg stopped. Here's now a chance. Hrotmatka, his shot, save, rebound, sitting in the paint, and digging away is Weisenen. And the whistle goes as the goaltender had it somewhere. He didn't know where it was. Eventually it found its way to the back of the net, but after the whistle had blown. We have 20.4 seconds to go. Great chances there for Chaska Chanhassen. Hrotmatka skated in alone and had Weisenen on the weak side, fed it across to him for what looked like a sure thing, and a nice stop by the netminder. And then Hrotmatka with a chance shortly thereafter, stopped by the goaltender, and then the rebound frozen. Comes out to Girding. Girding handles it nicely. Weisenen tried to get it across to Palmquist. He fanned on it, and that allows New Prague to skate up with 10 seconds to play. Good play by Girding, and then a nice play by Palmquist. He'll flip it ahead, trying to find Weisenen, and that will do it for the period. We're 0-0 after one. No idea what the shots are. My statistician is not here, and my backup statistician refuses to do shots. So again, Chaska Chanhassen will take on Shakopee tomorrow at 2:45 at the Shakopee Ice Arena. And then next Saturday, we'll head to Waconia for an 11 a.m. tilt against the Wildcats. And what I believe, is that the only meeting against Waconia? Maybe? Did we play Waconia this year? Maybe we did. Yeah. Never mind. We played them. Top 4 teams in District 6 standings: Edina Green, Edina White, Prior Lake, and Bloomington Jefferson. They're all separated by, let's see, what is it? 3 points total. Top team has 38. The number 4 team has 35. And then the gap to 5th place is 9 from the 4th place. So top 4 is pretty much guaranteed, unless some strange miracle happens that they all lose their games and Minnetonka wins and gets all their fair play points and all that. So 15 minutes on the clock. It will be Spalding, Hokkanen, and Olsen with Lindell and Johnson to start. Another example, face-off basically won by the Stormhawks, and yet the wingers for New Prague won the one possession because they were more aggressive to the puck. Now Olsen in the corner. Pass, turnaround pass, slides all the way across to a New Prague player, and they'll get it out. Kicked in as the New Prague player lost his stick. Oh, there's a chance in front. Loose puck in front. Now it's kicked away, or it goes off the leg of Hokkanen, and that allows New Prague to stay with it. And then their pass up to the point misses everything. It'll come all the way down. Shots on the board after one, 8-5 in favor of Chaska Chanhassen. Now Spalding has to wait a bit, gives to Hokkanen, and that would have been offsides. It should have been offsides, but the official was kind of afraid for his safety as the puck and the players came right at him. That was definitely offsides. Hokkanen will throw it down. Kurt will chase it in the corner. Kurt has Lindell up on the near point here, and if he feeds it there, Lindell gets a shot off, I think, but I think he had eyes in the back of his head there looking for a hit that eventually did come. Good stick there by Lindell to lift the stick of a New Prague player, allowing now Hokkanen to jump on it. They'll feed it up and out. Hokkanen fights through a check. He goes down. No call coming. Back pressure by Kurtz breaks up the rush. Now Tyler will dump it down, allowing some of his teammates to go for a change. Kurt will chase into the corner. Bouncing puck gets to Azanoff. It'll slide up to Bigelbach. Bigelbach long shot. Tip. Blocked in front. I think Bigelbach waits just a moment longer there. He can wait for a screen to come to the netminder. Now Perry. Perry touches it across to Kurt. Perry takes a hit well after the puck had left, and no call coming. Now here's the puck. It'll be New Prague on it first. Backhand off the post, I believe. Tyler tried to give it to Perry. Kept in by the Trojans. Shot from a sharp angle. Saved by Brandt. Bouncing puck at the left circle. They get a shot. Try to get a shot off, and they can't. Azanoff gets it out of danger and all the way down with 12:25 to go. Face-off won by New Prague. Long shot gathered by Brandt. Casey. Water or gum or something. Gum something. Tyler up to Hrotmatka off the face-off. Hrotmatka to Palmquist. Palmquist cuts to the middle. Try to give it back to Hrotmatka. Bouncing puck there. And Tyler will pinch and hold. Palmquist keeps it in. Now Hrotmatka in the corner. Wisenin to try to dig it out. Now off the glass and kept in by Bigelbach. Long shot. Blocked at the right circle. Now Hrotmatka with it. Up to Bigelbach. He has to get rid of it in a hurry, and that's right to a New Prague player. Now Tyler at his own blue line. Across to Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka up the left side. Gets around a cross check, comes right in front, backhand shot right on. Now it slides up to Bigelbach. Bigelbach through the middle, he's cut off. And eventually flipped out by the Trojans. Loose puck at the red line, tipped away by Tyler. Tyler tried to give it back to Hrotmatka, and New Prague able to get it in and go for a change, or at least a partial change. Now off the stick of Tyler, and that was offsides. They eventually got it. Face-off one back to Girding, but he lost the race to it. Backhand shot stopped by Brandt. Bounces to Lund, who gives up to Olsen. Olsen is kind of cut off there by the official. Now Olsen again, official in a bad spot because that's where you tend to break the puck out. Now Lund. Lund's going to be cut off, still finds the puck, gets it out, sends Spalding up the right side. 2-on-1 with Olsen. Cross to Olsen. His pass is just behind him, actually well behind him. Now Lund keeping it in at the blue line. He lost it there, and then it's shoveled out by the Trojans. Cross-ice pass. They go on the attack. Cut to the middle, but a good back pressure there by Spalding. Pass in front, intercepted by Girding. Girding up to Olsen. Olsen backhanded out. He didn't have an option to make a pass. So Hokkinen loses his stick as he went to stop that rush. Here's a chance for New Prague. They lose the puck. It'll be Girding. Now a pass will misfire. Lund will skate it out. Lund, round one check. Could have called a slash there. Lund will dump it down and chase it down himself. Lund off the end wall. Unfortunately, both Stormhawks are parked out in front. Olsen kind of got handcuffed there. Now Lund with it. He's hooked from behind. No call coming. And Kurt throws a check after the play. No call coming there either. They've set their precedent. They're not calling anything. Perry up to Kurt, and that was a dangerous little play, but Kurt got a stick on it to get it out. Now New Prague back on the attack. Brief 2-on-1 chance. A diving pass. And this game is just sloppy. Johnson behind his own net, up the wall, and kept in by the Trojans. It will be Lindell. Tries to feed it to Perry. Lindell still with it. Lindell off the wall and down, sending Kurt down. He's taken down as he went for the puck, and that was a good check as Kurt was right on the puck there. Now Perry in his own zone, off the wall. He'll try to chase it down himself. Good rush there by Perry to almost get in with it. Now Azanoff in his own zone. In the neutral zone. Gets it across to Johnson. He's cut off and thrown all the way down. It'll be icing. Face-off won by the Trojans. Long shot into the glove of Nathan Brandt. That was a perfectly won face-off right onto the stick of the left defenseman. This time it's one. That was a perfect example of how you do it. Here comes a 2-on-1. Hrotmatka with Palmquist. Hrotmatka in. Shoots. Save. Now Wisenin holding the wall. And Hrotmatka's pushed off it. Comes up to Johnson. Long shot. Tipped and just goes wide. Hrotmatka tried to feed it to Wisenin just a little bit behind him or in his skates. And now it's Johnson in the neutral zone. Tried to give it to Hrotmatka, and that's intercepted. Dumped in. No icing. It will be New Prague on it first. Leaves it for teammate from behind the net. Pass right on in front. Loose puck in the crease. Lindell broke up that pass, and he almost put it in his own net. Now there's a chance for the Trojans. They lose the handle there, and then it's dumped in on net. Open. Face-off one. It'll be Hokkinen to chase it down. Here's a chance for Hokkinen. His shot. Save. Oh, there's a chance in front. Spalding scores. Loose puck slid to the slot, and Spalding right on it. He beats the goaltender over the stick side. Spalding gets his 17th of the season. And the Stormhawks are on the board 1-0. It says 1-1, but hey, it's 1-0 with 8:04 to go in the second period. Anytime you bang like that, it shakes this. Like that. Trying to figure out what's wrong with the scoreboard here. I think it says 11-1 in favor of New Prague, I think. It's 1-0. That was our first goal of the game, coming about halfway through this game. Face-off one, it'll be Spalding to give to Hokkinen. Hokkinen across to Olsen. And the fluttering puck hopped both of Olsen and Spalding's stick. New Prague on the attack. Slowed up by Bigelbach. And then Spalding on a back check. With possession, he'll lose it there. Goes to Bigelbach up the wall. Stopped by New Prague as they dig away. It's Bigelbach with it. Bigelbach will lose the handle. Pass across. Just misses, and then the net goes off as Brandt tried to go from his post to post, and the eternal problem of these nets coming off. We're halfway through this game. There's 7:36 to go, and Chaska Chanhassen with that first lead of the game. They, of course, had a 3-goal lead last meeting between these two, and they then allowed 3 goals, and we finished 3-3 in a game that felt like a loss for the Stormhawks and felt like a win for the Trojans. The pass across to Azanoff, and he's cut off immediately, and that allows New Prague to keep it in. Bigelbach up the wall, but that was read by the New Prague defenseman. Kept in, now a long shot off the top of the glove of Brandt, goes to the far side, kept in again by the Trojans. Shot coming from the right circle, going wide and behind the net. Perry tried to tip it around. He's cut off. Stormhawks just spending too much time on the wall. Azanoff gets it out, and it's thrown right back in offsides. Chaska Chanhassen just having a hard time getting the puck off the wall and 2 players at the middle of the ice. Got to make some sort of adjustment because I think it's pretty clear what they're trying to do. There's a face-off one. Palmquist. He has it taken off his stick. Ooh, they say no offsides. That was looked offside to me. Palmquist, his pass in front off a stick. And New Prague will throw it all the way down. I assume we'll have icing. And we will. I think if Palmquist takes some speed up the left side, that was probably a better option than doing the stick handling at the blue line. Coaches at all levels never want to see turnovers at 5 feet on either side of the blue line. Nice stick by Girding to keep it in. Now they dig away. It comes out to Palmquist. Palmquist protects. He loses it, but it goes right to Weisenen. Back to Palmquist. Out in front. Almost to Hrotmatka. Kept in by Lund. Lund off the wall, but not very deep. Lund still battling at the hash marks. Getting help from Weisenen, and then it's swept out by the Trojans. Ooh, and a nice little play there by Girding. Otherwise, there's a breakaway for the Trojans. Hrotmatka behind Brandt. Hrotmatka around one. He's got to be careful not to skate right into the line change. Nice play by Hrotmatka. He's going to go in. Hrotmatka up the left side. His Palmquist going to the front. Hrotmatka still with it. Looking. Feeds it over to Lund. Long shot ramps off a New Prague player into the rafters and then into the netting. Good defensive play there by New Prague, not allowing Hrotmatka to get cut to the middle. And that was a good heads-up play by Tyler Hrotmatka to find Lund on the point for at least a chance at a shot. Face-off one, back to Hrotmatka. His turnaround shot is stopped as the forward was... There's a long shot saved by Brandt. Loose puck right out in front. Off the crossbar, it's on top of the net. And Brandt gets his glove on it before it could be popped out of off the top of the net. I think a shot was maybe just tipped just a touch and went up high, hit the top of the crossbar, then landed on top of the net. Mishandled initial shot by Brandt. It hit his glove, but didn't stay in his glove. There's Olsen getting it around 2-on-1 with Hokkinen. Olsen in, shoots. Oh, and save trying to get Hokkinen on the rebound. Goaltender didn't get all of that, but he made enough for the save. Hokkinen run over, penalty coming. The official right here didn't call it. Unbelievable. They're going to call elbowing. They could have called roughing. They could have called anything they wanted. It's unbelievable. The official that was looking at it, he was 5 feet away, didn't make the call. Unbelievable. I think I remember that. The bearded official tends to let a lot go. So first power play of the game coming for Chaska Chanhassen. 2-minute minor for elbowing to the Trojans. It'll be Olsen to try to chase it down in the corner. Now getting help from Spalding. Comes out, it'll be Olsen. Olsen up to Lindell. Lindell tipped in front by Spalding, and then the puck goes into the corner, thrown up the wall, kept in by Tyler. No, Johnson. Short-handed. Trojans lose it. It'll be Spalding on it. To Olsen. Olsen's fans on the pass, and he's checked off of it by Spalding, but it comes right back to Olsen. Olsen around one penalty killer. Olsen in, gives to Spalding. Back to Olsen. The side of the net. Out in front to Hokkinen. His timer doesn't come on. Hokkinen turns around. Shot right on. Save. Now it's swept up to the point for Lindell. Lindell off the glass and down for Olsen. Right on in front. And kind of handcuffed Hokkinen right in his skates. He wasn't able to get a shot off. And a little too easy zone entry there. And it shot right on for New Prague on the penalty kill. That was 1-on-3, and New Prague was able to take it in real easily and get a shot off onto Brandt. 55 seconds to go on the Chaska Chanhassen power play. It'll be the Perry, Kurt, and Azanoff line. This face-off line, it'll be Bigelbach. Still with it. Bigelbach, still with it. Fighting through a stick check. Could have called a hooking there. Comes to Kurt, and kept in by Bigelbach and Azanoff. Azanoff pushes it ahead. Azanoff chasing. Bouncing puck to Kurt. His shot right on. No, his shot was tipped on its way and kept in nicely there by Tyler. Now tipped ahead by Perry. He's fighting through a check. Perry. Backhand pass just behind Kurt. Comes up to Tyler. His shot going wide. It'll be Kurt behind. Try to get it over to Azanoff. Now he does. Azanoff up the wall to Tyler. Back to Azanoff. Azanoff at the left circle. Now down to Kurt behind. Kurt, stick handling, do the Michigan. Now Bigelbach down to Kurt, looking to Bigelbach. One-time shot on the little give and go. Pass in front, that's tipped away. Now a shot, blocker save. And we're skating 5-on-5 again. Azanoff in his own zone. Good chances there by the Stormhawks at the end of that power play. Thrown all the way down. We'll see if, nope, they wave icing. It'll be Tyler on it first. Tyler across. And it'll go all the way down for icing with 2:51 to go in the second period. Chaska Chanhassen leads 1-0. It's 1-0. No idea. Lund now, throw it around the wall for Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka looking to see if he's going to get run into the glass. So he was able to ferry the puck out of the zone, but couldn't get possession. Now a pass skips everything. They're going to wave icing. Girding along the wall. That's the problem with the Stormhawks is they play passes too much on the wall. Here's Palmquist streaking up the left side, has an edge, comes in. Palmquist backhand shot, save. Good chance there by Holden Palmquist. He got an angle on the defenseman and had to go to his backhand as he cut to the right side. The goaltender was there for that one. Backhander's not always the easiest one to read, but Palmquist not able to get much on it, really. Face off one back. It will be Girding on it. He'll throw it off the half wall. Kept in for a moment and then shoveled out by the Trojans. They flip it ahead. It'll be Girding to chase it down in the corner with a Trojan. Trojans come out with it. Sharp angle shot. Oh, just missed the far post. There's a turnover. Shot, save, rebound comes out. Picked up. There's a chance for New Prague, and they dump it in the open net. It all started actually on the near wall over here where Stormhawks were not, each of the players that were a part of that play weren't in good position. They weren't on the defensive side of the puck, and that allowed New Prague, as soon as that puck came off the wall, that allowed them to skate right to the net for a chance. And that chance itself didn't result in a goal, but eventually, because of that, New Prague kept possession, got a shot on, rebound came out in front, and then they knocked it in the open net. Here's Hokanen. So we got 1:38 to go. Hokanen down the left side. Across to Spalding, tipped away. Spalding, his turnaround pass is broken up. Now off the wall and kept in nicely by Lindell. Lindell reaches for it at the blue line. He'll hoist it in. Now comes up to Johnson. Johnson, long shot and glove save. And he's getting instructions to keep the puck, keep his shots low. It's a lot harder to tip shots that are coming way up high. It's a lot easier to tip shots that are coming at along the ice or just off the ice. 1:15 to go. We're tied at 1. Face off one back. They had too many men on the ice there as that play started. And the official just waved him away. Here's Hokanen. Oh, he had a chance to give that to Lindell. Instead, he swipes it in deep with a minute to play. Now Hokanen has Spalding. Hokanen skates out with it. If he gives to Spalding, he got a one-timer shot opportunity. They dig away. Comes out to Spalding. Backhander. Comes right in front. Never got on. Shot. Spalding scores to take a 2-1 lead. Spalding with both of the Stormhawk goals. He was just lurking in the slot waiting for the puck to come out to him, and eventually it did, and he found the stick side for his second of the game and 18th of the season. And that's a good one. Those goals in the last minute, always good momentum builders for the next period. Face off one back to Tyler. Tyler kind of fumbled it, now with it in the corner up the wall. Stormhawks don't want to give one up. Here's Azanoff. Azanoff will flip it down for Perry. He gloves it down, then lost it as he picked his head up, and then they are offsides. Perry got a little ahead of himself there. He didn't have full control of the puck, I don't think, as he picked his head up to see what his options were. There's New Prague on the attack, stopped by Bigelbach, and then flipped up and out of play by Perry, and we'll have a face-off to the right of Nathan Brandt. With 16.3 to go in the period. I'd like to get a face-off win here. And Kurt does. Back to Bigelbach. Bigelbach gives to Perry. Perry behind Kurt, but he gets it through his skates. With under 10 to play, he'll flip it ahead. And Bigelbach tried to throw it on front for Azanoff. Azanoff ball behind, and that horn sounds, so that'll do it for the second period. And it's 2-1 after one. Stormhawks lead. Shots on the board right now are 15-14 in favor of Chaska Chanhassen. So Ryan Spalding with both goals for the Stormhawks. 1 goal apiece in that period for Chaska Chan and New Prague. See if Chaska has to get the next one. Obviously, the next one's a huge goal. Chaska looking to avoid being the only team to hand New Prague a non-loss in District 6 play. This team is absolutely confounding how they can play up to the level of some of the best teams in the state, the Edina Whites, the Edina Greens, the Bloomington Jeffersons, and then can play down to some of the lowest level teams in the state as well. It is unbelievable and really frustrating. I'm sure mostly for the coaches, but certainly for the fans as well. Face-off one. Stormhawks done an excellent job winning face-offs. Now Hrotmatka, and he mishandled it, allowing New Prague to jump on the puck. Long cross-ice pass. That's a nice job there. Then one pass up, and then a good stick by Lund. A little slash broke up that opportunity. It'll be Wisenen tried to feed it around to Hrotmatka. Eventually does get to Hrotmatka. He'll skate it down and skate it out. Long pass across to Palmquist. Palmquist has kind of an angle. Tried to bring it in. Scores! He didn't really have much control until he shot it. And Holden Palmquist gets his 14th of the season. And I think his first goal in quite some time, if I'm not mistaken. A nice rink-wide pass by Tyler Hrotmatka, sending Palmquist on a partial rush. It didn't look like he wasn't free and clear of the defender, but he got his puck or his stick on the puck just in time to shoot it, and he found the back of the net. It's 3-1 with about 14 minutes left to play in the third period. Lund up to Hrotmatka, 2-on-2 with Palmquist. Hrotmatka, he gets cut off. Puck is going to slide behind the net. Lund pinching, allows Hrotmatka to keep it in. Now dumped into the far corner for Wisenen. Wisenen down to Palmquist, back to Wisenen. Now up to Lindell. Lindell off the skate of Wisenen. Wisenen try to get a stick on it, and it slides to the top of the circle as the play is just, it's like they're playing in mud right now. It's just super slow. Hrotmatka could have just taken it just took a swing at Hrotmatka and no call coming. Unbelievable. Literally just took a swing at Tyler Hrotmatka. He missed, so maybe that's why he didn't call the penalty. Wisenen will flip it up for Hokanen to go 1-on-2. He'll lose it, but regain control along the red line. Hokanen stood up at the blue, but gets it in deep. Ooh, there's a bad pass. Slap shot coming, save, rebound comes out to Olsen. He can't get, now from behind the net, tries to bank it off the goaltender, and it slides behind. Lindell mishandles, allowing New Prague to jump in. And they fan on the shot. Spalding throws it up the wall. Hokanen will chase down. Spalding picks it up. Spalding fans on the shot. Regains it control. Is it in front of Hokanen? He couldn't get a shot off. And it comes down for Bigelbach to chase down. As we go end to end. Bigelbach all the way around the wall for Spalding. Spalding up the wall but kept in. Spalding along the far side. Now Johnson. He's pinned to the wall, but the puck slides out to Spalding. Spalding across to Olsen. Hops over his stick. Olsen reaches, but can't quite win that race. Now Olsen again, under the skates of the official, gets it ahead. Hokanen stood up right into his face, but no call coming, which we shouldn't be surprised at this point. There's a hit thrown there. No call coming again. Now a loose puck in front. Kurt whacks at it from midair. Almost put it in. Hokanen threw it up in the air, and Kurt from his backhand hit it midair. It almost beat the goaltender on his stick side. That would have been a nice one to get. 11:31 to go in the third period. Chaska Chanhassen leads 3-1. Kurt wins this face-off. Tyler, nice job to stay with it. Keep it in. Now Kurt, top of the right circle, hops his stick. Still whacking it away at it. Gives to Perry. Perry, sharp angle, shot. Goes wide. Going to come all the way out. No, Tyler holds. Leaving for Azanoff. Nope, he fanned on it. Now Bigelbach and Azanoff. Hops his stick. Tyler holding the red line. It comes out to Tyler. Tyler will reverse course, give to Kurt. Back to Tyler now. Back to Kurt. Kurt cross ice. That's errant. Good pressure by Azanoff. Now Tyler tried to give it to Perry. That slides by. And again, it's just slow motion here. Loose puck at the blue line, kept in by Tyler. He keeps it in. And my goodness, it's sloppy right now. Tyler to Azanoff. Try to give it back to Tyler. It's in his skates. Back to Azanoff. Oh, boy. Bigelbach will chase it down. Look to escape. He does. And Bigelbach will skate up. Bigelbach from his own end now all the way down. Bigelbach cuts to the middle. Scores! What a shot by Blake Bigelbach! Backhander from a sharp angle. What a pretty coast-to-coast goal by Bigelbach. That's his third of the season. Nice play by Blake Bigelbach. And it's 4-1, creating a cushion for the Stormhawks with 10:14 to go, but they cannot sit back, as they had a 3-goal lead before against this team, and they relinquished that. Now Palmquist in. Palmquist tried to step around to check. Still fighting for it. Beautiful shot by Blake Bigelbach. He took coast to coast, brought it to the near post, and went, here's a chance in front, they score! Hrotmatka on a feed from Weisenen, and a hard shot to the stick side, and the Stormhawks are now up 5-1. Hrotmatka's team leading 25th of the season. And they could breathe a sigh of relief now, I think, that they're going to likely skate away with this one. The only thing I would now be worried about is the physical play by New Prague. If they are known to be very physical, and I just hope we don't see anything cheap in the last 10 minutes of this game. New Prague will sweep it in. Brandt will wait for it and feed it up for Lund. Lund tries to get it to Hrotmatka. He does, and dump back in off sides. With 9:20 to play in the third period, Stormhawks lead 5-1. So that Spalding, Hrotmatka, Palmquist line accounting for 4 of the 5 goals today. Spalding with 2, Palmquist with 1, and Hrotmatka with 1. Here's Olsen. Olsen will flip it down and chase it down himself. Pass out in front, finds his way to Lindell. His shot, glove save. Shot right off the face-off, right on. Spalding begging for his hat trick. He got a shot off right on the face-off there. Blockered save. Now Spalding will chase down a loose puck and dump it in. Hokanen first on the puck. Oh, if he turns and looks, he had Spalding. Here is Spalding. Oh, there's a chance for Olsen. This line showing some good chemistry. Dump down. Kind of an awkward bounce, hitting behind the net. Here's Hokanen. Hokanen a blind pass, and that's intercepted. Oh, it'll be eventually pushed out by Olsen. poking in, chasing down his player at the red line and then the blue line. Now it'll be Spalding to keep it in, and he just had kind of got a little mini hook there. The Trojans, backhand shot intercepted by Lindell. Lindell will reverse a couple times. And nice couple passes sending Olsen up with Kurt 2-on-2. Olsen, stick handle, lost it. And then New Prague on the attack. Tried to get around Bigelbach, and he says nope. And I'm sure after that goal scored by Bigelbach, he's feeling a bit of confidence. Here's Johnson. Johnson. There's a great chance there for New Prague. If they feed it in front, it's a really good chance. Now it's flipped out. And unfortunately, it might be, no, it's not going to be icing. Kurt chasing. Good rush there by Kurt. There's a shot off a skate. Almost got on net. New Prague will throw it out. Tyler to chase down. Got to say, the first time I've seen Matthew Tyler play since coming back, and he's probably not at full speed, but he is definitely hanging in there and doing what he can. I'm sure he wishes he was a little quicker, but he's been good in this one, especially only his second game back. There's Tyler holding the wall, especially against a physical team to come back after an injury. Have to play a team like this. It's a turnover created by Palmquist. Palmquist, he's taken down from behind. Bouncing puck jumps over the stick of Tyler and flipped in by Palmquist to a New Prague defenseman. It's a chance for Hrotmatka. Almost. If Hrotmatka got there just like a quarter second earlier, he might have been able to go on a breakaway. Here's Weisenen now. Loose puck will come out. Slap shot coming. Tipped. Just goes wide. Girding with a nice hard shot from the right side. And almost got that tip to go on. Here is Girding. Flips it down. Almost intercepting. Clearing pass by Weisenen. Instead, New Prague on the attack. Good back pressure coming from Hrotmatka. Now it'll be Lund. That's a nice little play there to kind of escape the grain of the attack. Lund tried to pull it back and shoot. Here he does shoot, and he goes wide. That would have been a really nice shot. Lund tried to pull that puck back as he was going down to shoot, and it just lost the handle. Here's Spalding now. Spalding up the right side. Lost it. Control for a second. Touches it to Palmquist. Palmquist shot, scores. Palmquist gets his second of the game. It's 6-1. And that line, 5 of the 6 goals tonight. Palmquist, nice hard shot. (6-1) with 5:14 to go in the third period. It took a while to get going, but since getting that second goal, the Stormhawks have been have shown their true, I think more of their true colors. Nice play by Quinn Johnson. Breaking ankles. Now Spalding across the blue line. He's got Olsen. Spalding across Olsen, and big save. Olsen tried to get on the rebound. He can't. Nice save there. Goaltender had to slide across, kind of stack the pads. Spalding comes out with it. He shoots, and save and no rebound there. Nice unselfish play by Ryan Spalding. Tried to feed Dylan Olsen. So maybe actually that's not the line. I have Spalding, Palmquist, and Hrotmatka as a line. I'm not sure if my line chart is incorrect or if maybe he was playing with them. Nevertheless, those 3 players have 5 of the 6 goals for Chaska Chanhassen. There's a pass neither Olsen nor Spalding knew it was coming to him. There's a dump-in shot onto Brandt, and he'll get his glove on it for a face-off with 3:55 to go. In the third period, it's 6-1 Stormhawks. Face-off won by Kurt to Tyler. He'll rim it around for Perry. Perry try to feed it ahead. It's in the skates of a New Prague player. Now up the wall. It'll bounce to Kurt. Kurt still with it. Cross to Perry. Perry down the right side. His shot scores! I don't know how Kieran Kurt saw Perry, but he did. It looked like it was kind of behind him. And he fed Perry on kind of a no-look backhand pass, and he sends him in, and it's 7-1 Stormhawks on Perry's 14th of the season. Here's a face-off one back. It'll be Bigelbach. Bigelbach in. Bigelbach trying to get a shot off. Couldn't. Now he's pushed in deep. Here's Tyler. Tyler. Kurt dumped in front. No call coming. Long shot tipped. And this is what I'm worrying about. Some of this dirty play at the end of games when there's another one. I could definitely see something happening here in the last few moments. 3 minutes to play. New Prague known for their physical play and sometimes questionable physical play. Perry stepping around a check, and he's taken down. How do you know? Oh, there's the call. Hey, that was unbelievable. Has to be pretty egregious for the bearded official to make a penalty. 2:54 to go. Stormhawks will go on their second power play of the game, leading 7-1. Nice play there by Lund. Just get his shoulder in there. Maybe potentially interference. Here's Lund. Gives to Palmquist. His one-time shot just goes wide. That was a nice job by Lund to recognize Palmquist was in the better scoring position. Here's Palmquist. Palmquist cuts to the middle and just lost the handle, and it's flipped all the way down. And it'll be stopped by Brandt, as that will negate icing. And an errant pass by Girding will come all the way down. Stormhawks will chase. Lund with it. Steps around one. Gives it to Weisenen on the near side. Weisenen down to Palmquist. Back to Weisenen. Weisenen in! Shot saved. Nice give and go. Stormhawks have definitely worked on that. And apparently we're at running time. Third period of a District 6 game. If it's a 6-goal lead, it's running time. So once we start here, there'll be about 40 seconds or so left on the power play. Face-off one to Hokanen. Hokanen across to Lindell. Nice hard slap shot, one-timer, and gobbled up by the goaltender. With 1:15 to go in the third period. Face-off one. Olsen just mishandled it. One-timer fanned on by Hokanen up to Johnson. Johnson down the wall, back to Hokanen. Hokanen trying to step around a check. He's taken down. And New Prague will throw it all the way down. They'll try to negate icing, and they wave it for some reason. I don't know why that's not icing, but whatever. Apparently the official just wants to go home. Now Olsen down the left side, cutting to the middle. He's cut off. Feeds it in front. Comes to Lindell. His shot right on. Rebound. Goes over the net. And then a bouncing puck. Kicked away by Hokanen to the slot. Still bouncing puck. 25 seconds to play. Johnson will keep it down for Olsen. Cross to Spalding. And he couldn't get it shot off. It was tipped just before it got to him. That should have been an interference by Spalding. There's a shot right on. Woo! What a play by Quinn Johnson for his first goal of the season. He's fed the puck right out in front, stick handled it around, and tucked it in the open net. It's his first goal of the season. It's his first goal of the year. And the Stormhawks win 8-1. Stormhawks winners 8-1. Shots on the board 27-15. Chaska Chanhassen moves to 6-6-2 in District 6 play. And they're going to get their fair play point. They didn't have any penalties called against them. Goals today, 2 by Spalding, 2 by Palmquist, and then 1 each by Perry, Hrotmatka, Bigelbach, and Johnson. Johnson's first of the year in the last few seconds of the game. Stormhawks win 8-1. We'll take on Shakopee tomorrow at 2:45 at the Shakopee Ice Arena. That does it from Chaska Community Center. This game brought to you by EdgeTech Hockey. Thanks for watching.